Hey there, Libra. I hope you're having a great week so far. Great start to your week on Monday here. As you can see, I'm in a different spot than usual. I'm actually outside at a park, surrounded by some beautiful trees and a dog park. What's interesting though is before I started feeling there was a bunch of energetic interference and people watching, there wasn't a single mosquito. Not a single mosquito. Now I feel like I'm being eaten alive, so that's weird. I don't know why I'm telling you that either, but go ahead, and we have some incense burning. We're gonna go ahead and cleanse out that space. Since I don't have my chimes with me, go ahead and cleanse the decks. I've already shuffled and cleansed them very well. Done about 4 or 5 readings so far. Lots of commonality among the energy around environmental change. And I don't just mean like the environment, like nature. I actually mean your personal environment, whether that be business, whether that be your home, shifts to your environment. But I'm not gonna paint my energies on that message. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is choose or have Spirit help us with 3 personal value cards that just speak about what the overall energies or general energies of this message might be. This is a message, general collective message for Libras. I will just warn you though, Libra, I was just finishing up the Taurus reading when, this is the second time that this has happened, but I was just about to make my point when it looked like the Facebook app, the live, just quit and zoomed out. It actually looked like it quit. And so I was like, fuck. And then I realized the same thing happened previously where it didn't quit. It actually just minimized the screen and made it look like Facebook Live Inception, where the live was still going on, but it was on a much smaller window and I didn't know how to close it. Not really sure why that's happening. Obviously, there's some sort of energetic interference here, or it's just a bug in the app. But I just want to let you know that might happen, and if it does, I'll do my best to sort of roll with it or give you like a part 2 to the message. But yeah, let's hope that that's not the case, Libra. Let's hope that we get a nice, clear, concise, because I've been a little verbose, concise message for you, okay? Calling in my spirit guides, calling in your spirit guides. What is the strongest energies that want to come through? Wealth. Ooh, that's beautiful. So this is actually the second message. The Taurus message had that card as well. I did shuffle these in between. Security. What's underneath security? Leisure. Lack of leisure. Okay. So you might need to do a little bit more leisure. But holy fuck. Environment at the bottom of the deck. What is going on? Okay. But just like in the last message, I'm actually being called to not read too far into these until we have more of the cards out. So let's go ahead. What's beautiful about being out in nature and reading is that there's so many other, what people would call distractions, but I'm looking at them as synchronicities and confirmations going on that you wouldn't normally get in a sterile environment like the inside of your house. And I wouldn't say sterile, but I live alone, so, and I don't have any pets with me at the moment, so it's not like I get sort of those sort of interactions or distractions that other people would. But nature is definitely speaking volumes. So let's see, for Libra, please. For Libra, please. The strongest energies. Retreat. Spirit Guardian of Winter, 38. I'm looking at that as an 11. Some sort of wish being granted. Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. Starry Night. Acceptance, 41. As a 5. Change in energy. Purity, 45, with the unicorn. Okay. Let's go ahead and clarify. Why is retreat here for Libra? Intuition. The bat and the hellebore. Starry Night, acceptance. Adaptability, and peace. Introspection at the bottom. Let's get a moment here so I can read into these energies a little bit more, tell you what I'm feeling. So I'll tell you what I'm feeling just from the start, okay? It did feel like you might be too money focused. You might be too focused on your wealth, so much so that it's causing you to actually fear for your security, your financial security, your financial stability. And it's almost like a perpetuating cycle. All I'm seeing is this vortex energy, right? It's almost like the more you worry about your security, the less wealth you'll have, and then the less time for leisure you'll be able to take advantage of, okay? Sorry, just reading into these a little bit more. Yeah, so what I'm understanding from this is you almost have, with intuition being the first card of the Woodland Warden's deck to come out, sorry for the plane flying above. I have no idea what Roman numeral that is, but it's palindrome. So what I get from that, interesting, what I get from that is you see this situation so clearly, you see it both forwards and backwards. You understand the forces that are going on in this situation, at least inherently or spiritually speaking. But there's sort of a quietude required for you, a retreat required for you. Maybe this is part of the leisure card that's coming out, vacation in some way, that's required for you to sort of sit in this intuitive energy to, oh wow, interesting, I never saw that before. Seeing the bat as the hanged man in the tarot, who hangs upside down to get a different perspective on a situation. It's almost like you are aware of these truths. You're aware intuitively of what needs to happen, but you need to sort of have a moment of retreat to sit in that upside down viewpoint, to have a different perspective and understand how to put this into action. Intuition into action. Okay. And what I really understand from this is just because of the way that the cards came out, there's almost a total aware, like I almost don't even need to tell you this. This whole message is almost confirmation for you because you know that's what you need to do. You know you need to retreat, find somewhere where you can sort of sit in the energies of leisure and sit in the energies of introspection, sit in the energies of reflection, not just upon whatever you're going through, but on life in general, on bigger issues, is what it feels like. Looking up to the stars, looking up to your ancestors and to your guides for guidance. And this is the second time that I've understood this card to sort of be answering the call. Acceptance of the call. Of higher wisdom. Of a higher vantage point that you have. But why? Why is there resistance? Interesting. It feels like there's resistance to accept the call. But like I said, it feels like this whole message is already confirmation. Like you know all of this is going on. You know that you're too focused and maybe inadaptable. Maybe you're too rigid on how you see the security in your life, on how you see your ability to generate your own wealth. Maybe you only feel like the only way that you can get ahead or have wealth in your life and then eventually leisure and security is by having a traditional 9-to-5. But with the way that adaptability like flew out of my hand and covered wealth, it feels like you need to sort of think outside of the box, or you already have started to do that, but there's a sort of fear and resistance towards that. And what I really just got is you are psychic or you are intuitive in some way. You might be a high priestess or an empress or sitting in those energies, and you're being called to share insights as a way to build wealth, as a way to build your security, as a way to adapt a lifestyle that's more leisurely, that isn't trapping you in the 9-to-5 grind. And what don't don't shoot the messenger here. I'm just giving you the message, right? But what I understand from this is there's a sort of purification process that needs to take place, right? You need to let go of things that you know aren't serving your highest good, whether that be alcohol, recreational drugs, people, foods, places that encourage you to indulge in those things. But there's a sort of purification, and this is a 45 adding to 9 completion of that, right? There's a sort of purification that needs to take place to invite in more of this, I'm just going to call it what it is, cosmic wisdom. More of these divine insights. And look at with the unicorn and its horn being at the crown of its head, you know that the way that you receive these psychic downloads, the way that you receive this information will be a purer, cleaner, more understandable channel as soon as you do that work to purify your life and detox the things that aren't serving you. But who wants to do that, right? I freaking love cookies. Cookies are, I'm a cookie addict. Hello, Cookie Monster over here. But I know that eating wheat and things high in sugar, and maybe even chocolate, aren't the best for keeping my psychic channels clear, right? And so it sort of requires a what's the word I'm looking for? A concrete decision to move in that direction. A concrete decision to commit, that's what it is, to commit to at least a period of purification. It doesn't have to be for the rest of your life. And I think that's where some of the fear is stemming from. There's a fear that when you accept this call, when you move into this new means of trusting that you will have wealth, trusting that you will be secure, living more leisurely of a lifestyle, and I'll get back to that in a second, with that purity, with that detoxification process, there's a fear that you won't be able to go back, or you won't be able to indulge in the things that you love now, and that's not true. And I understand why that concern would come up, because it feels like a big shift. It feels like a big decision to say, yes, I'm going to go this route. I'm going to surrender some of this control to the divine, because I know that that's where these insights are coming from. I know that it's my intuition that I need to really lean on, less so the ideas or advice of other people. That's why I'm saying this whole message is confirmation to you, because you already know this, but you're the Libra, you're the scales, so you're going back and forth, weighing your options, saying, I love this part of my life, but I don't love, is it worth it? And so I guess with adaptability coming out here, it's to say that you can have a little bit of both. You don't have to only choose the pious, righteous path. I mean, obviously part of this is choosing the righteous path, choosing the spiritual path, choosing the path that's for your highest good. But what's interesting about that is it might not feel like it, because you have to sort of let go of some of that security in order to invite in some of this leisure. There's a certain unknowingness in the knowing, if that makes any sense. And so what I guess my job here and coming to deliver this message is all about is to tell you or confirm for you that there's peace after this purification, and that this purification is a moment in time. It is not the end of something, but rather the beginning of something, where you can be adaptable and you can still have the things that you love and you indulge in, and you can still live a wealthy and leisurely lifestyle, but you don't have to worry about the security so much. That peace is there for you as soon as you trust your intuition and move in the direction that you're being guided to move in. And you can sort of get to that peace faster, and you can trust that intuition more strongly when you've created some space for yourself to have quietude and to retreat and reflect. Okay? With this being the spirit guardian of winter, I don't want to say that you have to wait all the way until winter when there's a snow day and everybody's snowed in and nobody's going anywhere for you to sit in those calmer energies, but that's certainly the type of self-love and self-care you're being encouraged to have. Like snow day type self-love, where you're just going to snuggle up with a cozy something and sit with your intuition and do that inner work, get those downloads, and then chart your path forward. Okay? But what I'm feeling stressed that I should stress is the peace that will come of that. The peace that will come of that work. And the purity of thought and the purity of energy that'll come of that. But not only the purity, the infinite possibility and the divine blessings is what is really being underscored. And I'm noticing that the wind picked up immensely as I was saying that. So you might be somebody who is very connected to the natural elements, and you might be, encouraged to go out to the beach or go up to the mountains or go somewhere where it's windy, where you can sort of receive those messages on the wind, receive those insights. But all of this is riding on your ability to detach from what you know to be security. Because what I understood from this with leisure coming in reverse was you are stuck in this loop of, I have wealth now, I need to secure it. If I move in this direction, I won't be able to have wealth, or that wealth will be in question, and it's exhausting you because you don't even have the time to take a break, to live and enjoy the leisurely aspects of life that like you're supposed to. Okay, so get out of this cycle, trust your intuition, take a moment of retreat to sort of think, get those downloads, and then form a plan on how you can move forward in using your intuition, in using your psychic knowledge, in using your divine guidance towards creating a life of peace for yourself. That's a beautiful message. So Libra, I am in no way saying that that's easy. I'm struggling with it myself right now, right? But there's a reason you were guided. Ow, motherfucker. I just burned myself on incense. There's a reason you were guided here. There's a reason I just burned my finger. There's a reason for all of this, right? So hopefully a Libra who comes across this message gets a little bit more confirmation and verification and validation that the path that they're slowly but surely exploring is the right one, is the divinely guided one, okay? To free yourself from this loop, this 9-to-5 loop of wealth and security. The illusion of security is what I just got. Holy fuck. Yeah, so when, I'm not going to sit here and lecture, but I do feel called to at least say, when you are working a 9-to-5 or when you're working a job for somebody else, wow, I'll tell you what I just saw in a second. But when you're working a job, 9-to-5, you have the illusion of security because you receive a regular paycheck, right? But I call it an illusion of security because, not to scare you or put fear in this message, but that business could go under tomorrow, and then you no longer have that security. If your job, and I'm really not putting this energy out there to scare anybody, but if your job is online and it only has to do with it requires electricity and internet, right? The grid could go down tomorrow. Again, I'm not saying that that's what's going to happen. Or there could be an extended power outage, right? Or the internet there could be issues with the internet, right? All of these things are possibilities, but all I'm coming back to is the idea of the illusion of security. And the more that you can sort of take back your power, build your own wealth in ways that you know are redundant, or maybe that this message is to come and say, yeah, that idea that you had to have a redundant source of income or have another source of income, you should pursue that. Okay. Is all to sort of, like I said, confirm what you already know. So Libra, what I was reacting to was not 2 this time, but actually 3 squirrels, like chasing each other and running incredibly fast, but you can tell that they're having fun with it. So there's significance around 3, a group of 3 people or 3 individuals who are going to support you and allow you to have this adaptable energy to you in whatever this process is. Before I even pull a card for you from the sacred animals or spirit of the animals, at the bottom of the deck, 33, representing self-mastery, with the horse spirit, freedom is yours. And even just seeing, I'm getting chills, even just seeing those squirrels running and bounding around the way that they were, complete freedom. Freedom to run all the way across the field. Freedom to bounce off of a picnic table, or freedom to chase each other around the trunk of a tree. I know those sound like non-consequential freedoms, but there's something to it. There's something to the life's little leisures that's more important than the idea of false wealth and false security, false senses of security. So for Libra, this is a deeper message than I was expecting. For Libra, yeah, lion spirit, you have to adapt that line. Oh, there's two. Be generous of spirit with 37. So 37 to me is a life path number. And not like 33, 22, and 1 through 10, those life path numbers, but the number itself to me indicates something about being on your life path and mastery of your life path, adding to 10. So you already know, or this message is coming out to confirm to you that once you adopt this or once you go through this purification and you sit in this peaceful energy, the wealth will flow in. The security will be apparent. Because as soon as you're generous of spirit and you're generous in sharing those gifts with others, spirit will be generous with you and provide you with that sense of security, with that tangible wealth, and with the ability, what the fuck was that explosion? With, spirit will provide you with the security to be able to take time and leisure and enjoy the small leisures in your life. Where, what I'm really getting is most of your life will be leisurely. That's beautiful. So being generous of spirit and having courage and fortitude in the direction that you're being guided to move. Wow, second bat to come out. A rebirth is assured with intuition here. We have bat in the hellebore with intuition, but look at the way that this bat's third eye is adorned in crystals and completely activated. And it's wearing a little crown. It's almost like you're being encouraged to step into fully and embrace, with this being a 5, the change towards being that empress, being that high priestess. Rebirth yourself into that after sitting like the hanged man in these new perspectives. 5 plus 5 is 10. There's a certain contentment, completion, a sense of completion, or at least the completion of a cycle as soon as this rebirth, as soon as you undergo this rebirth. Okay, wow, really powerful message for you, Libra. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, please go ahead and give it a like, comment below. I will be uploading this to Facebook, so if you're watching it, not Facebook, to YouTube, so if you're watching it there, please go ahead and subscribe for more readings in the future. This is where we part. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and a wonderful week ahead. Take care, Libra.